So hi, this is Miguel Nunez again. So this is what happened at Donovan State Prison. Typically, the TEDx is an event where you have multiple speakers. It was inside the prison, so our understanding was that there were going to be some prisoners presenting some of the pieces. So we go in and we have to check in 4 times to go into the actual yard. Each prison has about 4 or 5 or even 6 yards. The special yard where we were was general population. We go in, you see like in the movies, you see the yard open, empty. You see where the prisoners would work out, where the basketball courts are, little picnic tables there. They take us into a room, and inside the room, we see the same number of prisoners as guests that go, which was a little bit of a shock. We didn't expect that. They were all dressed in blue. They call themselves the Men in Blue. And so we go in, and as you were going to a cocktail party, you start meeting and saying hi to everybody, and the conversation starts. So groups start talking to each other. Our first contact was with 2 guys. One was the chairman and the secretary of a special wing of prison. So as we were talking to them, it was shocking because he said at one point, well, there are a few lifers here, meaning people who are life in prison. And I thought, well, how many people are there here for life in prison? And he says, well, at least you're talking to 2 of them. So our first reaction was to talk to 2 people who were there for life in prison. All of a sudden your mind starts racing and say, okay, what did these guys do? Anyway, the event starts, everybody sits down, everybody's mixed with the Men in Blue, and the presentations go on. The typical TEDx presentations, there was an artist, there was an astronomer, and in between there was a normal person and a inmate making the presentations. We have a break, we back out again, and we go and have lunch. We go to the place where they have lunch. There are tables of 4. In each table, there was 1 inmate. So you get to sit down, and then you start having conversations with these inmates. We had normal conversations, which is strange. They, of course, appreciated that much, but we were, at one point, we were feeling a bit more comfortable, so we would ask them more questions about, well, what do you do every day? I mean, do you work? Do you study? So we're just having more and more conversations with them. We go back to the main room after lunch. And by the way, lunch was something, they were so happy because they had real food for a change. And then for dessert, they had donuts. So we, of course, gave all our donuts to the prisoners, which immediately were turning around. They packed them up and they took them away. So just a little gesture from us. We go back again to the main room, and the chairs were now sitting. There were groups of 4 chairs. In each group, there was 1 prisoner again also. So you go in and you sit down with a prisoner, and then we have started more conversations, again, deeper conversations. This last one told us why he was there, how many years. You would talk to people who had been there, and they look relatively young. They had been there 24 years, 16 years, just amazing. At the end of the event, everybody just did a big circle, and then the coordinator said, okay, we'll share what your thoughts. So of course, the thoughts of the people who were on the outside, we just stepped into the circle and told the inmates, thank you very much, because hearing you makes us put life into perspective. It's scary that they sound so natural, they sound so normal, but they've done some really, really bad things, which they acknowledge. They say, look, we grew up in a bad environment, and we did bad choices. So that makes their situation so unique. Then it was their turn, and the prisoners came out, and there was a girl of about 60 people. Then they came out and they start telling us, they thanked us for making them feel human. They thanked us for treating them like normal people. Some of them even told us that they were better people because they were in jail. So again, just a mixture of emotions from both sides. As we left, they made 2 lines. The inmates did 2 lines, and we, the outside people, walked through there, and they gave us high fives. Like it felt like if it was a sports event. I was one of the last ones leaving the room. Then as we were leaving, I heard the prisoners just clapping and like if they had won a tournament. So again, a lot of mixed feelings. They are prisoners. They did really bad things, but we got to see the humanity. And here, the theme of this whole thing was connections between disconnected worlds. So anyway, I hope it's not too long a video. I'd love to talk to you one-on-one on this one. Let me know if you want to hear furthermore. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.